Welcome to Behind the Model, a show diving into the virtual world and exploring its stories with the VTubers who lead the way. Arctic Aaliyah, or Liyah as she's simply known, got into streaming for a simple purpose, wanting to play games with other people. However, since then, she's used her platform for a lot more. She's been rediscovering a new lens of creativity for one, but another is that she's been more outspoken about the BIPOC VTuber experience and how to find community despite that. Liyah, welcome to Behind the Model.
Hi. Thank you for having me here today.
No, it's very nice to have you on. I've followed you around for a little bit, especially when it comes to the BIPOC and I guess like you talking about the that experience in the VTuber community. So I'm very interested to get sunk into that later. But I think we should probably start with why you're here in the first place and how you got here in the first place, because you've wanted to stream for some time, but there were a few barriers before you wanted to start that, right? So how did you get into streaming as a whole?
Went to game. I, I went to make friends in game. That was pretty much it.
But like, you didn't start with content creation outside of VTubing, right? Like you pretty much just dove headfirst into VTubing?
Yeah.
And so like, why was that the case? Like, why did you start beforehand and were like, you waited for this opportunity?
To be honest, I don't even have a reason. I saw other VTubers as like, I want to be a pretty anime character too, so.
That's fair. I mean, that's that is the most valid reason of all. And I guess like, how did streaming give you that community in terms of wanting to play games with people that you couldn't have gotten throughout other means?
I have met some amazing people that I love to call friends. Like, I adore them. They always invite me to play games. I'm still trying to open up to make new friends because this is not very social. But I'm honestly having a great time being a VTuber. In real life it's kind of difficult with everyone like being, I guess, like their little group and whatnot, and then some of them being like just jerks, just straight up jerks.
And I guess like, how has VTubing helped you open up to all of that and been able to help you make those connections that you otherwise may not have?
See, in real life, I could talk about like anime and games, right? But then I'd get made fun of just for, liking that stuff.
Yeah.
But as of, being online as a VTuber, there's other people who have the same interests as me. I could just go over to them and be like, hey, we could talk about Naruto or Valorant.
Was it hard trying to find that, like, I guess that like-minded community from where you are and like where you live?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, simple. How long have you been streaming now?
It's been 3 years now, actually.
Yeah.
My 3-year anniversary just passed.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
What have you kind of seen change in those 3 years for yourself in like your personal growth and being able to achieve that one simple goal?
I've been opening up a lot. Like, usually I used to kind of stay to myself, stay in my little corner, mind my business. My model's breaking. Usually minding my business. But now that I've met some great people, I've learned to, open up a little.
And I guess like, how hard was it for you to open up in the first place?
Extremely. I had trust issues.
From like anything in particular, or just your the general life sentiment?
I've had like, some friends IRL, then I've been betrayed by them. The normal.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal, sadly.
Yeah. And I guess like, how has your community grown alongside you? Like, have you seen like a notable like change in how you approach VTubing, or like how you see VTubing now with like your community, and you've achieved the whole I've got some people to play games with now? Has like things changed for you otherwise?
Um, well, starting with like my mods, my mods are amazing people. I've met them through other VTubers,
Mm.
and we became like really close. We could joke around, not not take our saying seriously.
Mm.
Sometimes we'll be a little harsh, unmodded. Sometimes I'll tell them I'll unmod them, but they know I'm joking.
Mm.
But truly love them. They're always behind my back, supporting me, watching out for the racists, because they are on a roll with the blocks and the bans.
Is there like, when you started out with streaming, and now that you look back at it, because you've been a VTuber for 3 years now, do you ever see yourself as like thinking you could have ever done it with just the face cam, the regular streamer model, quote unquote?
No. No. Only because it's not because I don't think I'm pretty. I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. But that requires me to do my hair and put on something, uh, change clothes, put on non-pajamas.
Yeah.
I don't want to do all that. That's too much.
Yeah, look, fair.
And then my hair takes like 2 hours to do. So
It's a lot easier when you can just be like, camera. Don't need it. Got the model up. Don't need to worry about it.
exactly.
Mm. And you mentioned, and you alluded to it just then, but the racism in the VTuber space, and your mod's obviously doing the hard yards and trying to tackle that. I think it's maybe a good time to chat about that. Is what has your experience been as a black VTuber in the community?
It's been terrible. And sometimes it's just like, I'm minding my business, playing games with some friends or by myself, whichever were. And then you always have like, it's usually always like a first time chatter too, which is crazy.
Mm.
They'll come in, they'll call me the N word with hard ER or a monkey, and it's like, why? And then as a because I'm a dark skinned VTuber, I also get called tan. It's like there's a difference between tan and just being black.
Mm.
Like I'm not light.
Mm.
So it's kind of offensive because it's like trying to erase dark skin's existence.
Mm. A lot of like why I was made aware of you was you kind of used your platform that you had gained over the years that you had been streaming to speak out about this and to talk about the racism in the VTuber community. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, I wouldn't say I decided to do it. I just kind of, I like to call people out. That's it.
Yep.
They deserve it. Like, if you're going to call me like the N word with the hard ER, I'm going to call you out. I'm not saying like I'm like the voice of black people. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just speaking out for, hey, other black VTubers, watch out. You should probably ban this because he's gonna call you the N word with RER.
Yep.
I'm just doing that. That's it.
Yeah. It's like looking out for the others, right?
Yeah.
And just, you do it no matter how big or small you were.
Mm-hmm.
What is the racism like in the VTuber community compared to other mediums or platforms?
I mean, they're all the same, to be honest. Like, they just don't care what we gotta say. We can speak up about something, and then everyone else will be super quiet, right? It's like the same for anyone who like any non-black person who has like Black Lives Matter in their bio, like Twitter bio or something. and then they'll keep it there for a month, but then when that month's over, then they take it away. Like it just feels like that.
Mm.
Like they pretend to care, but they actually don't care.
Yep. Has it gotten worse?
No, it feels the same.
Mm.
It's pretty much the same.
Mm. How isolating then is it to kind of be a BIPOC VTuber surrounded by these attitudes then?
I wouldn't say it's isolating. You know, as long as you meet the right people, I wouldn't say it's isolating.
Yep.
That's about it.
Is there any kind of like, trying to think of the best way to phrase this. Is there any, how has it changed your view of VTubing or your experience that you've had through VTubing?
The fact that there are actual people who do care, that kind of surprised me. Because usually, like I said, usually people just sweep whatever we say under the rug. And just like, oh, okay. But there are there's actual like non-black people who speaking up for like, this isn't fair, this isn't right. And it's like really surprising to see them using their platform to speak up on our behalf.
Is that something like you maybe don't necessarily experience outside of VTubing or in different online spaces?
Oh, you can experience this throughout any community or any space. This is like in general.
Sorry, I just coughed.
It's okay. Even IRL, it's not new. Like we don't get surprised. Whatever people throw at us, it's been like that for ages. It's not changing.
Yeah. I guess, and you mentioned, I guess with VTubing, there's like obviously it's like you can create your own model and that kind of thing. You mentioned like you have, because of the skin coloring model, you've been called like 10 and you've had slurs grow in your direction because of that. Is there like some, I wouldn't necessarily want to say trend, but like, is there like some decision making that black VTubers make where they deliberately have to pick design elements to avoid racism?
I've had a few friends who are also black IRL. They have pale skinned models because they do not want to face the racism. They'll say, you know, to their community and let them know, hey, I'm black IRL, but using a pale skinned model so I don't have to get called the N-word. Which is crazy. Like, I would love to see what they would look like their model would look like if they just use their like skin tone, because like their skin is beautiful. And I want them to know that. Like,
was that something that you ever considered?
No. No.
You're like,
Yeah, I've had my character since like 5th grade. Like I created my character since 5th grade.
Wow.
I basically, my character, like I think I've told you this before, is just an image of me, IRL.
And I guess like it's just one that you've had throughout your whole life as like this OC of yours. So it is like, it was a very easy transition into VTubing then, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't change it. I mean, as someone who literally did the same thing when I came into VTubing, that is something I wholeheartedly relate to. Because, I mean, my model is literally all the clothes out of my wardrobe, and the only difference is I have white hair. What, like, is it nice to bring that character that you once envisioned as, like, yourself in, like, like a fantasy environment or, like, in a gaming environment and bring that to life as, like, an actual visual representation?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm.
I sometimes had, like, these dreams as a child. It's just, like, I would think I'm my character, and it's just, like, please.
Mm. And so like now it's like instead of like, you know, just having to roleplay as it or like have it as like a design, it's like, hey, like I can see myself moving a camera and it's me.
Yeah.
Are there any specific design elements that are like quite special to you in that regard?
My hair.
Mm.
Definitely my hair. Well, the curly one, because I have two hairstyles, but definitely my curly hair. I used to back when I was a kid. I would used to always flat iron it.
Mm.
Basically damaging my hair, destroying my original curls. Um, basically to fit
Mm.
um in my school. But then as of when I got to middle school, I learned that, I was damaging my hair with all the perms and all the flat irons.
Mm.
And so I wanted to be just me. I didn't want to be someone else.
Mm. And so the rest is history.
Yeah.
Mm. We mentioned at the top is like in terms of like streaming being like for you to find people to play games with. Did you ever have like other creative outlets growing up?
I mean, I have moments where I would sing, but that's on my time.
Mm.
I'll sing like my favorite songs on my own time. I was in chorus for 3 years in school,
Okay.
but then I stopped that because that wasn't fun anymore.
Fair.
That wasn't fun anymore. And then after that, I was in art for like 1.5 years.
Mm.
That was pretty fun, but then I forgot why I stopped. I think I stopped because I got in trouble. It was like an after school like program, so I had to stop doing that. So I got in trouble for something. So it's like, this is your punishment now.
No more
You can
art.
only choose one. Yeah.
Yep.
My favorite was rock band. I was in a rock band.
Ah.
Another after school program. I was playing bass guitar.
Okay.
I had so much fun. I got to play so many cool songs.
Do you keep up with any of those nowadays, or?
No. No. And then I used to play baritone back in marching band. My
Okay.
marching band days.
We've got a fair
That
bit of
was
a
it.
music background.
Yeah.
I guess like through VTubing, like has it ever crossed your mind to rediscover that?
It did actually a couple of times. I've had a lot of viewers constantly telling me, "Oh, you have a nice voice. Why don't you sing or like make music?" And I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't sung since like ninth grade.
Mm. And so it's like
But
it's a bit daunting.
yeah, it's like I kind of want to try, but then it's like I also don't want to try.
Why's that?
So, I get nervous. I get stage fright.
That's fair. But like, I guess like, have you ever done like a karaoke stream? I don't know.
I did one.
Oh, you did one?
I did one. That was long, like 2 years ago. Maybe no, maybe a year and a half. I don't know.
What was that like?
Everyone was having fun, but then it was just like me, just like so nervous and scared. Like,
You're just
But
trying to
my
grit your teeth through the songs.
yeah, but my community seemed to like it, and they keep asking for more. So who knows? Maybe one day in the future again.
Has being in this space opened you up to different creative outlets that you didn't envision yourself getting into?
Yes. I am recently been trying to do voice acting. A friend asked me to, dub for a comic. I did 2. with them.
Mm.
And it was pretty fun, but I definitely need a lot more practice
Mm.
with like my vocal range.
Okay. But, you know, it's a start, right?
Mhm.
And it's not necessarily something that you would have explored if you didn't take up VTubing, right?
Yeah.
Mm. I guess, like, with all these things that we've talked about and all these things considered, how do you view VTubing in your life? Like, how has it changed the Liyah that we know?
I sometimes feel like I'm still the same, but I do remember, before I became a VTuber, I did not like talking to people.
Mm.
I disliked everyone.
Mm.
But now it's like, okay, cool. I'm having fun, making friends. I don't hate you guys as much.
I mean, I guess the thought of doing something like this, like an interview, would have been mildly terrifying.
Oh yeah. I would have probably declined.
Well, you're here and I've got you now, so there's no going back. We hit record a while ago. I get like, has it then, like, do you then see it as like a positive overall?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm. In what ways outside of just like the community aspect and being able to come out of your shell a little bit?
I mean, it feels weird. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
I don't know why, but it's like, cause I still have my moments where I just like to be by myself. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Being as a VTuber now is like I'm constantly collabing or playing games with everyone, and then people are trying to schedule stuff with me, and then it's like, damn, where's my free time again? When can I watch my anime?
Yeah, cool. Because that was like a big thing for you. Was like, yeah, I want to be able to like enjoy my other things as well. But like VTubing is one of those all-consuming beasts at times.
Mhm.
Mm.
Because being a VTuber is all about making conversation with everyone. It's like, oh my god, wait,
Yeah.
take me back.
Mm. And I guess like without VTubing, you would have probably never dabbled in the content creation space otherwise, right?
Mhm.
So in that way, it's opened it up for you as well. I guess like now when you like look forward into the future, like you've been in for 3 years now, what is there like a long-term goal with VTubing, or is it just taking it one day at a time?
It's just taking one day at a time.
Mm.
I don't really have any big dreams. Just kind of rolling with it.
Mm. I mean, you hit the one goal, you found some people to play games with, and now the rest is kind of bonus.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, if I do, I don't know, say if I do music, if I actually go back to music, that's a plus, I guess, or if I make it big one day, that's a plus. I don't really care about those things. I just want to play games and talk about anime. That's it. That's all I want.
Yeah. And you've got that. So,
Mhm.
as long as that continues, right?
Yeah, as long as it continues, I am happy.
Well, Liyah, thank you so much for coming on to Behind the Model and sharing a little bit about your story and from all aspects about streaming and the BIPOC VTuber experience and more. It's been very enlightening, so thank you.
No problem. Thank you again for having me.
Liyah is the latest guest on my series Behind the Model, diving into the stars who make VTubing the creative medium we love. If you're interested in more of Liyah's story, you can read the accompanying article linked in the description. You can also find all of her social media channels below. If you liked this video, I really appreciate you leaving a like while you're down there and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And leave a comment if you have any feedback, because I'm sure to read them all. Until next time, thank you.